What's up, Team Jazzy? It's your girl, Jazzy J, and I am back with another mukbang. So today's true crime is about Becky Watts. Her real name is Rebecca. She was a normal teenager with normal teenage problems, but one day she walked out of her parents' door. She never returned home. I call all of my subscribers Team Jazzy, so if you would like to be a part of the team, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and turn your post notifications on so that you never miss another video. Give this video a big thumbs up on the simple fact that I still decided to do this video even though it's thundering. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and it's dark outside, so I hope my lighting is fine. Hey, we're gonna sit back, we're gonna unravel this true crime, and I'm gonna eat some fruit. I have a fruit platter. I have golden kiwi, which is what I'm eating first because it's my favorite. Bananas, lemon, avocado, apple, oranges, and lime. Is that it? Yup. Okay, so Becky Watts. This was in 2013. Was it 2013? Okay, so in 2015, Rebecca started off with a little rocky childhood, but nothing too bad. It's just her parents had separated at the age of 2. And she lived with her mother at first, but then when the court saw that she was being neglected, they came and took her, and her dad raised her. Her dad married a woman that already had a son, but he was 12 years old when she was 2. So they were pretty far apart, but they were still a happy family. Eventually the little boy, his name is Nathan, he is Rebecca's stepbrother. He wanted to live with his grandmother, and so his mom let him. So it was mom, dad, Rebecca. It was stepmom, dad, and Rebecca all in one house. And then on the weekends, her stepbrother would come. So growing up, Rebecca was a little heavy and she got picked on a lot in school because of her weight. And so her family came together and tried to see what they could do to help her lose weight, but Rebecca had other plans. She just decided not to eat to the point she got so small that the doctors diagnosed her with anorexia. Well, this took such a toll on Rebecca that they put her in counseling for it, and she also wanted to drop out of school because a lot of the kids at the school was always picking on her. She also really took interest in a boy, and she sent him pictures that were inappropriate, and he basically blackmailed her to everybody once they had broken up. So she was very humiliated about that. She didn't want to go to school. She wanted to drop out. Moving forward, she finds out her stepmother is very sick, so she's going back and forth to the emergency room. But her son Nathan, who is now he's in his 20s, her son Nathan, who is now an adult, his girlfriend helps the stepmother with her sickness and everything. So one day, Rebecca gets into it with her parents and she leaves the house. Well, everybody's thinking she just went to a friend's house until the friends go to Rebecca's house and they ask her parents, "Where's Rebecca?" And they're like, "I thought that was with you." Everybody's like, "I thought she was with you. I thought she was with you." And so they call her father, who was at work, and they tell him, and he tells all of her friends, "Go upstairs in her room and look around, see what's missing, see if you see anything. As soon as I get off work, I'm there." He gets off of work, still no sign of Rebecca, so he calls, and at this point, she's been missing for 48 hours. That is a danger zone, but there's nothing that they could do about it because they really thought that she was at her friend's house. And so they went to the news. The police interviewed everybody like they normally do. Nothing came up. She wasn't active on social media. Y'all, I told y'all it's thundering. She wasn't active on social media or anything. There was about 500,000 people looking for her. She went viral on social media. There was a hashtag about her. Like, everybody wanted to find her. It got to the point they were starting to get scared, especially her father.
Yes, getting contact. And if anyone out there knows someone, just tell us. Spring, I'm safe. If you've got her, then put her somewhere we can find her. We want her home, please.
So after so long of waiting, nothing came up, and so the police is like, they done did the scuba diving and rivers. When I say they checked everywhere for Rebecca, and there was no sign of her at all. So they're like, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. We're gonna do what we normally do in the very beginning. We are going to interrogate everybody that is connected to her circle. This is the golden kiwi. Do y'all eat those? They're so good. So they interview everybody, and there was two particular people that had a very weird demeanor. And that was Rebecca's stepbrother Nathan and his girlfriend Sarah. I hope I'm saying her name right. I think it's Sarah. When they took them in for questioning, first of all, they were the very last ones to go. They were like dodging the police. So that was like red flag number one. Sarah's interview, she was very relaxed. She was very careless and very bubbly. You know, you knew her. Y'all were a close-knit family. And although you and Nathan live in a different apartment, you were always at the house because you are his mother's caretaker because she's so sick. So why are you acting like you don't care about this child missing? So for their demeanor was weird. And so the police was like, yeah, we need to do further investigation. So the police went to her bedroom to look for any clues. They found blood. No, hold on. The police, during Nathan's interrogation, the police was like, he told the police, I don't like her. So it's like, oh, okay, that was weird. That's your sister. Of course, y'all gonna have y'all's little arguments. But for her to be missing and you just really act like she was like a bad person like that, like you don't care that she's missing. Now we really about to dive deep. And so they go to Rebecca's bedroom. The police is looking for anything. They find a speck of blood. They do a test and it's Nathan's blood on it. They call him back in. They're like, listen, we found your blood in her room. And for you to say you don't like her, for you to never go upstairs because you don't necessarily live there, why is your blood in her room? So as they're getting interrogated, the police is also at their house looking for any clues. And when they walk in this house, it looked like a scene from the Hoarders. It was stuff everywhere. It was cluttered. Nothing was neat. Nothing was clean. They had to walk over stuff. They was walking on top of stuff just to get through pathways. It was a mess in there. And there was one particular door that was so covered with stuff, but they had to look through all the doors. They go through this door and it's just a bathroom, but they realized with the entire house being disgusting, why is the bathroom sink bleached out clean, like spotless, like fresh, like the complete opposite of the entire house? That's a big red flag. So they told him, we saw that your house is messy and your bathroom sink is spotless clean. That doesn't look good for you. So Nathan gets his lawyer to write a statement to the police so that he doesn't have to talk. The statement said This little girl is so selfish. She is so selfish in the way she talks and yells at my mother. She's disrespectful to my mother, and I am worried that it's going to be bad on her health. It can't be good on my mom's health the way that Rebecca stresses my mom out. I just wanted to teach her a lesson, and so I decided to act like I was kidnapping her, just so that she can learn how to treat people better, because you never know. And I had a mask on, and I went into her room when my parents left. I went into her room to kidnap her while my girlfriend was outside smoking a cigarette. And as we were tussling, the mask came off, so she saw that it was me. And I just panicked, and I accidentally killed her. I put her body in a suitcase and took it to my house. So they asked him, where's her body? He said, it's in the shelter behind my house. So they go, they pull the shelter, and what do you know? Her body is in this suitcase thing. Autopsy shows that she was smothered, but they said that she put up a really good fight. Later on, he admitted that he taped her eyes and he taped her mouth and was punching on her body. And this was before she died. So he must have did a lot to her before she saw that it was him. And so the police is like, okay, we got him, but that was too easy. Why is it that the girlfriend acts like she knows nothing at all, but she lives with them? He's trying to protect her. And so they start questioning her, and she just keeps saying, no comment, no comment, no comment. And they realize Sarah, Nathan's girlfriend, was 14 when she met Nathan, and Nathan was in his 20s. Like, this case just gets more weird and more weird. Like, just keep listening. So the investigators wasn't having it. They're like, how is it that you didn't know at all? You're outside smoking a cigarette. He said that he put her body in a suitcase, took the suitcase to the car, and he didn't act, he just acted normal. So they decided to look through both of their phones. And the conversations that they was having amongst each other within the past month were sick and disgusting. They had this fantasy. They had a fantasy of kidnapping young girls, very young girls, and holding them hostage in their attic and having their way with them. And there was one particular text message Sarah told Nathan, I just seen this young girl in the store. She was so fine. I almost knocked her out and brung her home. And Nathan said, almost? Why didn't you do it? Go get her, bitch. And she said, yeah, let me reverse the hands of time and get that done. There was another text message that Nathan sent Sarah. Nathan sent Sarah and said, I need 2 pretty young things. I need 2 pretty girls in my house right away. And it was sick. It was sick. They had dreams of kidnapping little girls and holding them hostage. And it's just ironic that your little sister, who you don't like, Your little sister who told her counselor she was scared of you. Your little sister who told everybody y'all didn't get along is the same age as the women that, the little girls that you wanted to kidnap and take home. And that story is, and it's very ironic that you call yourself kidnapping her to teach her a lesson and it went wrong. Yeah, I feel like he has to say that because, you know, I'll get lesser time in jail if it wasn't premeditated, if it was a freak accident. I don't believe it was a freak accident. I believe it was premeditated. What do you guys think? But I also believe that Sarah is a victim because she met him when he was 14. However, I feel like she started off as a victim, but once you get older, you know right from wrong, and you can't be that in love. I mean, hey, I don't know. All I'm saying is, at first she was a victim, but it's been years since she was 14. Like, she's in her 20s now. So she was held accountable as well. And she got, I think, 20 years. He was charged with murder. He was charged with murder and life in prison. On Rebecca's dad's birthday, he found out that Nathan was getting mistreated in jail and somebody threw a pot of boiling butter on him. And Rebecca's dad's response was, "That is the best birthday present I've had." My heart goes out. My heart goes out to him. I cried when he broke down crying because you could tell he was losing his patience when he was looking for his daughter. He didn't know what had happened. He was begging her to come home. That really broke my heart. Her father also said he couldn't believe that he ignored all these signs, because he said the signs were definitely there as they were growing up. And for Nathan to say that Rebecca was so rude to her stepmother or disrespectful or yelled at her, so was he. He also was a very disrespectful child growing up. So, and he also told a story about one time he pulled up to their house with 4 12-year-old girls in the back seat of his car. And he was grown in his 20s. And Rebecca's dad said, "What is this? What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, we're just about to." He said, "Not in my house, you're not. Take them back to wherever you got them from and don't come back here with them again." That is, you're being a pedophile, is what he told his stepson. And so the fact that he was just so into all these young girls, that was a big red sign of somebody that needs help. And they were so focused on getting Rebecca help from her going through the trauma from school, they kind of didn't really pay attention to their son. And I'm just glad that he is going to be serving the rest of his life in jail. And my heart goes out to her father. This case reminds me of wrong crowd, wrong family. You have to watch. If you haven't seen it, click right here to watch that unfold, and click right here if you would like to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss another video. Post notification goes to. Shout out to you for having the best comment. I love you, Team Jazzy, and I will see you guys in the next mukbang.